My name is Bill Boob, and they call me a rube. I live in the mountains up here. I come down to see a ball game, and gee, they sent me up right on my ear. They wanted a quarter, and I said that I oughter be glad to get off for that sum, that I shouldn't holler at a fourth of a dollar, and I guess that I will not, by gum. I want to say here, the games they play here, they are worth 2 bits any day. They surely play ball, no trouble at all, to show us the goods when they play. So I went to the grandstand that looks like a bandstand, and Bill Brennan stood there, large as life. He wanted the money and said, "I think, Sonny, you ought to pay 2 for your wife." "No, not on your life. I ain't got no wife." I pointedly said it to Bill. "Well, young feller," said he, "it sure seems to me, if you haven't, that you never will." So I hunted a seat, a girl that looked sweet. She sat right along by my side, a-chewing her gum, and I thought, kingdom come, I wouldn't want her as a bride. But along in the game that had been a bit tame, some guy hit the ball over the fence, and that girl, she yelled and on to me held till I hadn't a damn bit of sense. And Bill, he said dryly and winked at me slyly, "Be careful, young man, of your heart." But I blushed and I stammered and I said I'd be hammered if I wasn't a little too smart. Now, I don't like to offend girls as sweet as North Bend girls, and I let her hold on to my hand, and the game she explained while I sat like one chained. And I was, as you understand. She said, "Look at Scotty. He sure got me dotty the way that the ball strikes his mitt. Now ain't he a catcher? He is, you betcher, and catching Scott Wilbur is it. There's Carrie and Dot, both stuck upon Scott. There's Mary and Bessie and Lou, who thinks he is some of a sweet sugar plum. And I'm stuck on a little bit too. But look at Ralph Whalen. He never did fail a game that's been played on this field. And Bill Donovan never, more smiling and clever, to the fans of baseballdom appealed. Now look at first base and see Branham chase the ball when it swiftly does come. He never is restin', they call him Old Weston, for he's some of a walker, his chum. At second is Larson, sedate as a parson, and he is the one they call Ray. At third is his brother, so much like each other that which one is Ray you can't really say. The 2 boys are twins and trouble begins if you call down one by mistake, when the other's to blame, but then, all the same, they never try trouble to make. And shortstop McFadden, he's playin' would gladden the 9 of a National League. He soaries about and reaches right out, with neither deceit nor intrigue. Like a dynamo spark, or some watts on a lark, he's a Mazda in action, all right. You'll find him right there, foul weather or fair, if you should flash on the bright light. There's a Fielder Keller, a mighty nice feller who marathon wins every game. He walks and he talks and he talks and he walks till his tongue and his feet are both lame. There's Norman and Boggs, no slipping of cogs when they in the outfield arrive. And Robinson, too, has something to do in showing that he is alive. The umpire is fat, and I bet you my hat, when Wendorf calls a man out, he'll be out all right, whether fair or fight, though rotten the crowd may all shout. So I said to this girl, as a dear little curl brushed over and tickled my neck, "You sure are a wonder on baseball, by thunder. And I like you, I love you, by heck." And just then I saw stars, and I've still got the scars, when somebody gave me a whack. I think it was a bat, but I can't swear to that. But it knocked me out flat on my back. The girl, where was she? Don't ask of it me. She vanished into thin air. I've a wad of her gum, and that will help some, and a cute little curl of her hair. She sure got my goat. If whatever I have wrote should ever come under her eye, I hope she'll not think she put any kink in me that won't heal by and by. I tell you, my friend, the town of North Bend that stands at the foot of Mount Si is some of a town, and it's gaining renown. though tourists go through on the fly. Yet many will stop and look at the top of mountains that tower all around, or visit the streams where the trout lurks and gleams, where sport and where treasure is found. I wish they would call on businessmen all. They'd find them a jolly good lot, and ready to serve 'em, and not to unnerve 'em by trying to get them all they've got. There's Mr. Terhune, and I'll visit him soon. He keeps the cash savin' store. I've heard it a heap. He sells mighty cheap. He wants a fair profit, no more. Have you seen Johnny Pike? Yeah, he'll sell you a bike or a truck or an automobile. He knows every dodge of a first-class garage. Go see him and listen to his spiel. Hey, and then just across the street, the village smith meet, who pounds out the iron so hot. If your horse needs a shoe, he'll accommodate you, for he's Tommy right on the spot. If the clothes you are wearing need washing, see searing, he's the boy that keeps us all clean. I might as well say he washes each day, and he does the whole job by machine. Or if it's a new suit you'd like while en route to have a vacation, just stop and call on Smard. He'll treat you right, pard, and he'll show you the best in his shop. Do you know Louis Plug? Go fill up your jug with some of that liquid on tap. Hey, if that's what you like, and hike down the pike, a sober and a sensible chap. And if I'm not mistaken, you want pictures taken, and Holtzman will do them up fine. He's taken so many, and you'll not find any that don't come up to the line. The Cascade Hotel treats all its guests well, and Mac is a jolly good host. And there's Tom Goin', the barber no blowin', needs Tom, for he's there at his post. The truth, I'm not stretching, referring to catching. He catches his share, I'm quite sure. His dry goods and canned goods and sea goods and land goods and all of his groceries are pure. I may be you'd better go ask for a letter or look in the P.O. for Karen. He'll serve you so nicely and bow so precisely you'd think he's a princess or baron. And if you want drugs or things to kill bugs or nicer things out of a fountain, step over to Mason before you go chasing like a billy goat over the mountain. But keep off disaster by buying a plaster or get bait and flies for your fishing. He has many lotions and notions and potions to keep you in best of condition. There's Kelsko the meat man, a pleasant and a neat man, would sell you a whole side of bacon, lard, liver, or suet. And he'll surely do it, of some of the sausage he's making. The consumer's supply will attract your eye in the building that's built of concrete. From toothpicks to hardware, you'll find it all there, or anything you want to eat. Spend a few moments with our friend Mr. Grubsmith, the boss of tonsorial art. While you talk through the lather, you'll think that he's rather an actor that sure knows his part. I sure hope you're not ill, for if you see Hillier, he might want to measure to take. He's not a faker, but a square undertaker, and does the right thing for right's sake. If you want to phone a few words to Maloney, he'll do any moving for you. Or take you a lark right down to his park, and you'll sure stay a day or two. Go into the Tourist. You'll find there the purest of candles and fruits and ice cream. The twins will not scrub you or wash you or rub you, but they are a hard-working team. If you ride in the green stage, you'll ride in no mean stage. It will carry you quick to Seattle, and it will not jar you or bruise you or scar you or cause you any loose teeth to rattle. There's nothing that beats the House of Good Eats if you would enjoy a square meal, for Wilson can cook anything in a book and cook it so you will not squeal. There's Postmaster Dano. You'll not look in vain, no, if tackle for fishing you're after, or magazine reading, or clothing you're needing, he's got it piled up to the rafter. If you want to yell alone over the telephone, step into the Cascade Exchange. You can talk any distance and have the assistance of Maggie to get into range. The State Bank at North Bend is quite handy, my friend. If you want to change checks into cash, step up to the wicket and hand Loy your ticket, and he will soon settle your hash. it's not very far to the U and I bar, but I hope you're not in for a fuss, so don't start a riot, but keep very quiet, for a quiet young fellow is Gus. My friend, without fail, see the North Bend Mail, and you'll get your name in the paper. Get one of those books by all hooks and crooks. You'll find that's just the right caper. I'll tell you forsooth, if you have a bad tooth, before you go on to the pass, have Williams to draw it or plug it or saw it, and give you a big dose of gas. And while you are there, when leaving the chair, a smoke would fix you up finely. And they say that the weed that is made up by mead is one that you can puff quite divinely. There's that fellow Sandal with Doc for a handle. He runs the big movie show, and if you've time to tarry and want to be merry, there's the place where you want to go. Oh, isn't it swell, this charming hotel? Is what people say when they stop there. The Washington surely is simply and purely a rest to the travelers who drop there. Bill Brennan, mine host, is found at his post, no matter what time you may enter, and his chef and wife will make you think life has here found at last a bright center. As a cake and bread maker, there's none beats our baker. He sure is the ace of the deck. Dear brother or sister, get a donut or twister, or a bun, or a biscuit of fleck. If by rail you would ride, her run side by side, the Milwaukee and the NP, and Morris and Rosegard will fit you out, pard, and suit you right up to a T. You can't put any can on Bill Crow or Tom Mann, and when they are flushing Main Street, keep out of their way, or you surely may get wet from your head to your feet. Now all get aboard on the darn little Ford, and Buckhart will take you a spin. He gets a few hunches and sells Fords in bunches and rakes in a big stack of tin. Go down and see Parker and mark with a marker the fact that he'll tan your hide, or mount bird or beast, and you'll wonder at least if the animal had ever died. While sounding the tocsin, let's not forget Clarkson, who runs a big overland car, and Thaldorf, the plumber, who's also a hummer. That's right, and so there you are. Meet Burke, our physician, who holds the position of mayor of our little city, and Williams, our teacher, Delano, our preacher. And this is the end of my ditty.